Welcome to the Airgun Show. This week I'm taking a look at some affordable camo clothing, but before that, we're out after rabbits with Stuart Wilson.
Got the X Sight, took delivery literally today, so I've had a short amount of time to get to grips with effectively a new day and night scope. It's been a bit of a steep learning curve for me, figuring all the settings and getting through the various menus and sub-menus, but it's quite sort of intuitive when you get into it. It's very quick to zero. You shoot, and there's a secondary set of crosshairs that you then move to your point of impact if it is away from the where you've actually aimed. So it could be effectively like a one-shot zero. I would always, after that, take a few more shots and just sort of double check things. But yeah, very quick to zero.
With the initial setup complete, it's time to take the X Sight out into the field. Stuart's got 2 hunts planned. First, a late afternoon session so he can get used to the controls in daylight. Then, a proper nighttime test. The early signs are that there'll be plenty of rabbits about to allow Stuart to put the new setup through its paces.
Okay, we're on a patch of ground that's got a railway embankment up the side of it. Shot one rabbit first thing. Unfortunately, it dropped down a rabbit hole, so I haven't managed to retrieve anything yet. I've had a second shot at a rabbit that's hit the wire. I didn't see the wire. Just sod's law. We're going to have a little bit of a move through round the trees, and if we see any sort of likely looking warrens, we'll get laid out and take advantage of the last hour or so of daylight, and then because we're using the ATN X Sight, you can use it during the day, and when nightfall drops, stick an infrared illuminator onto it and switch it into a night scope. So the sun going down certainly isn't going to stop the session tonight, so let's see if we can't bag a few rabbits. Popped a couple of rabbits, lost one down a rabbit hole first thing, and then we put another one down behind the back of the caravan. We'll pick that up on the way around rather than just that area now. I'm just going to have a quick bite to eat, a little bit of a drink, wait for the sun to set. I reckon we've got maybe sort of like half an hour before it turns somewhat light dark, and we can crack the X Sight out with night vision mode on.
Heading out into the darkness, Stuart gets an opportunity right away. This rabbit is skittish, but eventually stops to offer the possibility of a shot. We quickly put that miss down to user error, but there's no shortage of quarry here, and Stuart soon gets a chance to redeem himself.
There we go, not a perfect shot, but all the same, the rabbit's down.
Unfortunately, rain stops play early, but there's just enough time for one more shot.
Well, back home finally. A little bit of rain as we're sort of finishing off there. So, at least the weather's held something like. There's nothing worse than being out with, nice gear and getting rained on, whether it be camera gear, gun gear, whatever. Call me a fair weather air gunner, shooter, whatever you like. I'd rather stay dry, certainly. It certainly takes a lot of the enjoyment away when it's horrible wet weather. So fortunately the weather held. It's been difficult getting closing into airgun range on some of the rabbits tonight. It's been fairly sort of flat calm, not a great deal of wind carrying our scent and sound away from the rabbits. A heck of a lot of rabbits on there, so I think next time if I get onto there, what I'll try and do is do almost like a get into position and get sort of sat and maybe give 20-25 minutes, half an hour in each area, and effectively wait for them to come back out and come to me a little bit and try and sort of target each warren sort of strategically, rather than sort of wandering around and constantly spooking and bumping everything, which hasn't been very productive. Coupled with that, my shooting hasn't been fantastic, but hey ho, that's just the way it goes sometimes. I've had a few sort of rabbits where I've not hit them cleanly. For all we did sort of pick them up, ended up with half a dozen rabbits in the end. But yeah, not particularly good shooting on my part. But to be fair, that's how it goes sometimes. Just didn't seem to find my groove at all. So had a nice bit of daytime shooting and a few good shots. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's been fun with the X Sight. It's definitely a useful piece of kit, and I can't wait to get out again with it and really give it a good go and give it a full sort of daytime test.
A tricky session for Stuart there, and now it's the Airgun Show news.
This is the Airgun Show news. Don't miss the new look issue of Airgun Shooter magazine on sale this Thursday. With editor-in-chief Mike Morton at the helm, the magazine has introduced a host of new features as well as an eye-catching new design. Inside, you'll find a whole new section dedicated to FT and HFT, an interview with Olympic airgun shooter Jen McIntosh, plus a roundup of sub-1,000-pound air rifles. Subscribe to Airgun Shooter now by visiting myfavouritemagazines.co.uk. With just a couple of weeks to go, the Northern Shooting Show has declared that it's full, with more than 250 exhibitors attending. The show takes advantage of the new £10 million Hall 1 and is set to grow by a third. The airgun industry has certainly decided it's the place to be. At the show, you'll find airgunning giants such as BSA, Air Arms, Armex, Daystate, and Hawk, plus a host of retailers bringing show offers on your favourite shooting gear. We'll see you at the Yorkshire Event Centre on the 6th and the 7th of May. The Countryside Alliance will appeal to the Charity Commission after it was refused charitable status. Though it already has a charitable arm, the entire alliance applied to become a charity 2 years ago. but the Commission said its activities do not fall within a description of purpose which is recognised in law as charitable. Alliance Chief Exec Tim Bonner pointed out that the League Against Cruel Sports is a charity, despite its constant engagement in political lobbying. And finally, there's a new campaign to put an end to online abuse of shooters and hunters. This comes after Facebook refused to remove comments from its site relating to a retired huntsman. One called him a useless excuse for a human, and another said he needs to die. But Facebook bizarrely said these do not break its community guidelines. MPs recently told Facebook that it has a terrible reputation for dealing with abuse. Now, the Countryside Alliance has organised a campaign through activism site Thunderclap to take up the fight against online threats. That was the Airgun Show news.
We often get asked about affordable camouflage clothing, so I'm going to look at a few garments from Military First. This online business has a massive range of tactical clothing, but today I'm going to be focusing specifically on garments from their Helicon and Miltech ranges. We'll start with the Helicon soft shell jacket, which costs £64.95. This should be a great outer layer for spring and summer shooting when you want to be wearing camouflage and be protected from the odd shower, but could find yourself out in warm weather. It's nice and lightweight, so it won't make you feel too bogged down, and it's easily rolled up and stowed into a bag if you do get too hot. This jacket is available in 7 different colours, including greens, browns and 4 different camouflage patterns. This one is Polish Woodland, which looks very similar to the DPM pattern that many of us will be familiar with, except the colours are a little bit more soft and muted. I certainly think it'll work very well in the British countryside. This jacket is the level 5 version. It's made from 98% nylon and 2% spandex to give it some stretch. It's not the quietest of materials, but it has been treated to make it water resistant while remaining breathable so body moisture can wick away. I've not had a chance to test it in a proper downpour yet, but my feeling is that this is probably a jacket to opt for if you want protection from showers, whereas you'll need something a little bit more substantial if you're heading out into a torrent. It's available in sizes up to XXL. I'm quite tall and the large fits me just about perfectly. There's plenty of room in the sleeves, and the cut, combined with the subtle degree of stretch in the fabric, makes for comfortable, unrestricted shooting. There's also a drawstring waist so you can tweak the fit. Features include an adjustable hood that rolls up to stow into the high collar, Velcro adjustable cuffs and a really tough full-length YKK zip. There's also a storm flap running the full length of that main zip, and it can be Velcroed down to seal out wind and rain. You also get plenty of storage, with 2 main zip-up front pockets, a pocket on each sleeve and a large poacher-style pocket that runs across the back. There are also zip-up vents down either side so you can open it up for improved ventilation, a really handy feature with summer just around the corner. The jacket couples very well with Military First's Helicon SFU Next trousers, which are also available in a wide variety of colours and camouflage patterns, and they come in sizes to fit waists from 26 to 46 inches. I've gone for the mediums and they fit me very well, although they're a little baggier than what I'd usually go for. Made from a tough polycotton ripstop material, the build quality looks and feels excellent. They strike me as a pair of trousers that have been made for proper field use. And with a reinforced seat and knees, they should stand up to the sort of abuse that hunters are likely to subject them to. Features include adjustable waist straps, wide, strong belt loops with a couple of D-rings, and adjustable ankles. There are also lots of pockets at the front, back and on the legs, so there's plenty of room for storing small shooting accessories. At £32.50, I think they're a very good pair of shooting trousers. If you want a really quiet jacket that's better suited to cooler, wetter weather, Military First's Miltech Wild Trees jacket is well worth a look. It's available in sizes from small to triple XL and comes in a tree print camo pattern. For £69.95, this is an impressive package. It's made from a 2-layer laminate that gives wind and waterproofing while remaining breathable and quiet. Features include a 2-way zip with storm flap, inner storm cuffs with external adjustment, and a removable hood that packs into the high collar. There is a lot of storage in this jacket. You get 2 hand warmer pockets, 2 main cargo pockets with integral cartridge holders, and a very big lined pocket at the rear. Unzip that back pocket and it folds down to make a large flap that you can sit on when the ground is wet or use to extend the length of the jacket when it's really pouring down. So, that's a quick look at just a few of the many items of clothing available from Military First. Some really impressive kit at extremely good prices. Military First stocks a massive range of tactical clothing for a wide variety of outdoor applications, and you can see them all at their website. That's all for this week, but we'll be back again in a fortnight. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you aren't already a member of the BASC, have a look at their website and check out the benefits you could be taking advantage of through Airgun membership.